Looking to raise money for your school or parent-teacher association? Read-a-thons make for great fundraisers because they tick all the right boxes. Students develop their reading skills while raising money to support their school, extracurricular program, or club.
In this video, we'll go over the A to Z of read-a-thons,
including planning, tracking donations, and ideas on how to organize and promote it. We're giving advice that everyone can use, but if you're a FutureFund user, we've called out some tips and tools that will make your read-a-thon even easier. If you aren't a FutureFund user yet, why not consider joining? FutureFund is free for schools to use to support their fundraising. Last year, we helped schools across America raise more than $80 million. Also, if you find this guide helpful, please subscribe to our channel. First, what is a read-a-thon? An A-thon is a peer-to-peer style fundraiser that involves participating in a certain activity and gathering donations for participating in said activity. During a read-a-thon, students will commit to reading a certain number of books and collect donations as they go. Read-a-thons are great fundraisers since they encourage reading and literacy. Most people agree that getting kids reading more is a good thing, so it's easy to get people on board to donate. So how do you run a read-a-thon? Step 1. Choose a date and theme. Choose the date around 3 months before the event to give yourself enough time to organize and promote the read-a-thon. Read-a-thons usually take place over a 1 or 2 week period, so make sure you schedule an appropriate window that doesn't conflict with other important dates. Make sure your committee coordinates with the school library ahead of time to create a dedicated space that can be used for the read-a-thon. This makes student participation easier. Your read-a-thon's theme could be anything, from book genres like fantasy or historical figures, or choose a theme around the time of year like springtime or holidays. Step 2. Call for volunteers. Put out a call for volunteers 2 months before the event. You can do this with signs, email, or use FutureFund's built-in messaging system to reach the parents and volunteers most likely to participate. Make sure your call for volunteers clearly states what cause or project the read-a-thon will support. If required by your school, collect identification or security checks for any volunteers who need to be on campus during the event. Step 3. Choose student incentives. Incentives motivate students to register for your read-a-thon and collect pledges. Each student should have a specific fundraising goal, usually between $100 to $300. It's better to offer incentives to a whole class or group than to individual students, as this is a more cost-effective way to motivate students. Try an ice cream social or a pizza party for best results. Step 4. Set up pledge collection. Make sure your campaign has the following elements: a clear and compelling event description, including what the money raised will go towards and what the incentives will be for participating students. A leaderboard that shows the grades and teachers for each participating class, along with how much each has raised. These are fully customizable in FutureFund, so you can create custom categories for each read-a-thon, a template students can use to collect pledges from members of the school community. FutureFund provides a sample template for this in all A-thon campaigns, which you can modify to include the specific details of your event. Step 5. Announce the event and sign up students. Send out an announcement of your read-a-thon to the school community 2 weeks before the event begins and request that students sign up to participate. Share the news in as many places as possible. Use the school newsletter, morning announcements, and FutureFund's messaging system to tell everyone why the event is important and how they can be part of it. Use FutureFund to send follow-up messages leading up to the event to encourage participation. During the event, send out updates to the school community on the read-a-thon progress of your students and encourage them to keep offering support. Step 6. Find sponsors. Ask local businesses to sponsor the read-a-thon. This can help your PTA reach your fundraising targets while business owners get exposure and positive PR. Make sure to explain how each sponsor's contribution will be recognized. For example, you could hang a banner in the library with sponsor logos during the event, offer branded notebooks or other materials to readers, add sponsors to your school's online store using FutureFund. Step 7. Host the read-a-thon. Finally, the day of the read-a-thon will arrive, and if you followed all the steps above, you should have everything you need to make it a success. On your mark, get set, go! What do you need to run a read-a-thon? You only need a few things to run a read-a-thon: an event description so everyone knows what you're trying to achieve, some clear rules for everyone to follow, reading logs for students to log their progress, a means to track and process pledges and donations. The first three are easy. You just need to sit down with your team and work out some details. The reading log can just be a lined paper students can fill out or a Google Doc they enter their log into. If you're not sure where to start, you can find templates and suggestions online easily. Tracking pledges and donations can be a bit trickier, as you will need something that is easy to access and use. Luckily, there are plenty of dedicated fundraising tools available that are specifically designed to help schools process payments as painlessly as possible. One example, FutureFund. FutureFund's built-in pledge campaigns allow you to easily collect money and keep donations and pledges organized. Since parents cover payment processing fees, 100% of the funds raised go to your school. For more information, along with additional templates and resources, you can read our comprehensive Read-a-Thon fundraiser page at the link in the description. We have ideas for themes, sample rules you can use, and even a templated event description to help you get started.